One thing that is pretty salient nowadays is for Christian students who come to university, often Christian students who haven't been much exposed to what the academic world is like. It's sort of a shock to find professors who ridicule Christian belief, who object to it, who come up with suggestions as to why it's wrong and so on. I think the first thing to see is that nearly all of these objections have been around for a long time. Among the objections are the problem of evil, and people have been thinking about that since the time of Augustine, at least, no doubt before that, and have elaborated various kinds of answers. Maybe these answers aren't entirely correct. I mean, it's a difficult subject, but there are all kinds of very smart people who have thought about the matter and who have come up with conclusions that satisfy them. So it's not as if everybody who's ever thought about this hard thinks that there's a real contradiction here, or that it couldn't be that there should be an all-good God given the amount of evil in the world. And the same goes with respect to various claims as to how the Bible contains contradictions and the Bible's got to be wrong on this point and that point and so on. People also have known about that for a very long time. John Calvin, and I'm sure people knew about this before he did, but he knew about how in the New Testament it'll say that one person was present at a certain event in one place. Maybe Matthew will say one person, Mark will say two, John will say three, who knows. But all that, again, is not much of a problem, it seems to me. I mean, if you have the Bible, as I think of it, and as Christians think of it, is the Word of God. It's a word from the Lord. It's divinely inspired. But it doesn't follow from that when you have various different witnesses to the same event of overwhelming power and sort of disturbing event, like, say, the resurrection of Jesus, it doesn't follow that all those witnesses will report it exactly the same way. If you've got 6 different witnesses to an automobile accident, you're likely to wind up with 6 different stories in the details. They'll all agree it was an automobile accident and not a naval disaster or an earthquake, and they'll agree as to where the accident was in Aberdeen, South Dakota, and not Aberdeen, Scotland. But there'll be differences in details, and that's exactly what you have in the New Testament. So that too seems to me, first of all, it's not something new, and second, it's not of much account as far as I can see. Well, I think students ought to, I mean, they hear one side of it maybe, they ought to seek out the other side. There is another side, and it's probably available from faculty members at the same university. And it's certainly available in books and the like, so the thing to do is not to be blown away or swept away by hearing these things for the first time. Don't be blown away, swept away. See what there is on the other side.